how to hold the pick. It's a very important subject right now. And of course, it's also a little bit depends on what kind of pick you play. So I use this German pick. It's called Wolle because the man who creates those picks, his name is actually Wolle, and so it's named after him. It's a pretty thick pick and a little bit flexible. But you have also different picks, probably. This is very common in America, and this, or a little bit this Italian tortoiseshell pick. I think important is that you don't use a too little pick. So it should be a little bit longer in the size, and because it's very important for the techniques you will play later in the intermediate, but also actually already at the beginner class. So you get a better feeling in your hand when the pick is a little bit bigger. And so the material is, you know, I suggest to not take very thin picks because they sound more very bright, unless you like the sound very much. But it's a little bit different sound. Here's an American pick, which, for example, Mike Marshall is playing, and this is also pretty thick, so the sound is less, you know, not so sparkly bright. But I will show you now on the example of this pick how to hold it. I do hold it in between my thumb and my pointy finger, and make sure that you are a little bit having this flexibility to move around. When you put the pick too far into your pointy finger, there's not so much possibilities. I see this often, that students are holding it here and then they don't have so much options, and you have to hold the pick really hard to not lose it. So I suggest to put this pick more in the front of the both fingers. And a good example to get the right feeling is when you touch your nose. So where do you touch actually with the thumb and the pointy finger? So this is exactly where you put your pick into both fingers. And the thumb is covering a good part of the pick. So there's just a little bit looking out. And the flexible pointy finger will move with different techniques. So when you play downstroke, for example, the finger moves more away, and when you play tremolo, then my finger comes more into the picks or covers more of the picks. So this we will talk later about, but it's important to know why you need a little bit the flexible pointy finger and how to hold it. Very important also is to not hold it too tight. So the pressure in between both fingers should be comfortable. You should not lose your pick, of course, so you have to hold it, but don't hold it too tough that you know, you get too much tension in your hand. When you want to play loud, then, for example, I still don't hold my pick very tough. I actually do the loudness, so how loud I play, it comes out of my wrist and out of the heaviness of my arm, but not out of how tough I hold the pick. And when I play quiet, of course, then it's more understandable why you don't need so much pressure, but you don't need it also for playing loud. So make sure that you are actually not getting too tight, because the sound would be, you know, rough, kind of. This is more open.